Howdy, everybody. Here's a video, short and to the point about piracy. I guess what it takes to be a pirate, first and foremost. You have in this game several things you need to consider. So let's get it started. I'm going to have some B roll playing in the background. This is really more of a listening style. There's a lot of videos out there that show you in game live action, like, hey, this is how you do it. Just keeping it simple and to the point. Um, I need I need everyone to have this in their mind first. When you get into piracy and you see the videos, you see the styles of piracy or how people play the game, and it's amazing, right? It's you like what you see, you want to do it. That's great, awesome. I'm happy for you. I want everyone to understand, and this is not to discourage anyone. It's just how the game plays, and I need people to understand how this game plays. In game, you have what they call Moby Glass. Moby Glass, you go to it, and that's where you start getting missions. That's how you play the game, essentially. A lot of channel content creators, channels out there already talk on this and say, hey, man, this is scripted gameplay. And you'll realize that piracy is not scripted. You're doing real gameplay in a game where it pushes heavy scripted gameplay. So now you're trying to find other players that aren't feeding into that. A predominant amount of the player base plays off of Moby. So you have that counting against you. You're not going to be fighting it, but you just got to realize now that limits a specific percentage of the player base to you in real time. That could be a potential target base to you. And you're like, okay. And this will make the time in between hits feel very long, drawn out, and you're just like, Jesus. So it becomes a hurry up and wait process, a fishing process. Anybody that goes hunting in real life knows it takes time. You have to understand how it all works first. A lot of time in the prep work. Everyone knows this. It's the same thing here. So with that in the back of your mind, again, not to discourage you, you have to come to an understanding, a realization. Um, there's two ways to pirate. Obviously, you see my videos. Predominantly, I do solo, and I can play with other players. I enjoy it, and so can you, or you can do it solo. Be prepared though when you play solo. High risk, high reward. You're going to be required by you, nobody's fault but your own. You are required to learn at an exponential rate, or you will be forced to learn real quick. Oh, I can't be making these kinds of mistakes, or I'm not understanding why I'm not getting the results I want here or there, especially when I do this or this, but yet these guys do it so easy. So that's why I would beg you, if you're going to do it solo, don't be hard on yourself, but remember, it's going to be hard. But once you do it enough times and it's repetition, it gets easier. And then you start having fun with it. That's where the rewarding part is. Once you figure that out, find out what type of pirate you want to be. You have ground game, interdiction, snaring, distortion, extortion, trapping, ship hijacking. You have hitting miners, miners. So you have that. If you're going to pirate solo or with other people, just understand then there's many forms of piracy, many videos, many content channels out there. Silver Star Dreams, Grease. You've got War Dog. Um, you've got Loot Goblins. You have Blackjack Bill. You look him up. Um, what ends up happening is you'll see that there's a reoccurring, a repeated pattern, a repeated trend. What I implore you to do is you learn from those channels, and then you take it and you implement it yourself in your own way. I heavily encourage people when they do piracy to not be Halloween or costume pirates, but to take piracy and put it into your own way, your own form of gameplay, and share it with people. And man, I'll tell you what, once you figure out what type of piracy you want to do and you make it your own process, holy crap, we're talking about a sense of agency that in a way that no other game can rival. Once you choose this, dedicate and hone yourself on it. Learn everything about that modality of piracy. Find out from beginning to end, and learn to perfect something in that process, and be good at it. Once you do that, it comes down to well, kind of before you really throw yourself into it. People ask what kind of gear and ship do you run. Run whatever is conducive to what type of piracy you're doing. Make sure that the gear specifically though, heavy chest, heavy helmet, anything else goes. Just use whatever the hell you want. Watch other channels, watch other content creators, understand what they use and why they use it. Make sure it's conducive to what type of piracy you're doing. And even though while you're that type of piracy that you're doing, make sure during that type of piracy, that element in that piracy, like, hey, while we're interdicting, I'm a part of the boarding crew. Well, bring shit that helps you for the boarding process. Okay, do something like be the heavy motherfucker, get in there, be point man. I've had at one point where I had a macro on my mouse where I was the strobe guy. I would go in with my flashlight and I would just strobe effect. It would just constantly turn it on and off, and I would give the targets a visual seizure inducing experience while bullets were flying their way, and I was just a guy with a flashlight just spamming it. It's dumb as shit, but the hilarity that ensued after that, you could see that people struggled. It's just goofy shit like that. Have fun. I prefer ships that have utility. The Blue, Hawk, Antares, Mantis, Warlock. You see it everywhere, all over the channels. There's only a specific handful. Give it time, more ships will come out, and you'll have more options to you. But I would focus on having at least one of those ships I listed first, just to develop, ingrain into you what piracy is consisted of, what's needed from you in piracy. So get that down. Doesn't matter what weapons or components you run. Try to focus on the utility of the ship to make it help you. And if you want distortions like I use, then so be it. Use ballistics and distortions. Just find out which one you want to use, how you're going to hit your targets. Once you got your ship picked accordingly, and how you're going to execute your piracy, now comes the hunting part. The hunting part, a lot of people are like, well, how do you do it? Okay, cool. I have a better question for you. How are you going to do it? You want to figure it out yourself, anyways. You're gonna want to, because you, as a blooming budding pirate, you need to get out there and find out where these guys are moving. One of the best situations I can give anyone is find a commodity. Say barrel. Hey, is barrel trading? Go find out where barrel is being sold and bought. Okay. First, make sure it's moving. Okay. Go down to the terminals, look, see if it's being bought. If it is, now all you need to do is have patience and wait. Because again, piracy is a hurry up and wait gameplay. You have to have the highest amount of patience, no matter what. As fun as all these channels make piracy look, I can guarantee you that there's a lot of downtime, a lot of hunting, scouting. There's a lot of patience. So again, make sure that you pick a commodity, stick with it, know it intimately, and you don't really see anything, move to the next one. Move to the next one. There's websites out there that track the commodities. Stick with, I would say, is updated frequently as well. But once you pick it and you know it intimately, just just chill, relax. You're in no rush. Once the hit happens and you know you have a hit, so be it. And if you got time to kill and nothing's really happening, but you see a guy with contracted cargo coming, practice on his ass. His cargo is worthless anyways. But when he goes up, practice on them. In the meantime, develop your skills with those guys. A lot of people feel like they have to wait for a target in order for them to do piracy. Nah, in the meantime, go practice. Go field ship your process in piracy. Perfect it, hone it, and learn where your mistakes are, learn where you're falling short, and you'll be okay. Just to reiterate, understand the game, how the game plays. Understand what you're up against as a pirate, and how much of a player base is exposed to you, and then how you have to effectively min max your exposure, your time in game to where those players are going to be. Make sure that you're there constantly. Once you figure that out, you either pirate alone or pirate with somebody. Get into a Discord if you want, or don't do general chat in game. Just don't. Once you figure that out, um, figure out what type of piracy you want to be. Have your gear and ship picked out the way you want. And if you're not a good pilot, then ask somebody in a group, like, hey, go Discord, leave a comment in a channel you like watching. Go, hey, I'd love to be a part of this and learn it. And I understand that you put time and effort into it, and I respect your energy. And I know you got a lot on your plate and all that, but is there any time that you can make that I could join you and learn and understand the ropes, stuff like that. Um, if you want to join them, just ask. Again, to reiterate, ground game, interdiction, snaring, distortion, extortion, shipjacking, shit like that. Just figure out what type of piracy you want to be involved with. Join a group again. Ask if you can fulfill a specific role to help them out. They'll probably give you like the dishwasher role somewhere, so you can start off small, and they'll give you like a teething ring. It's really nice. They're really chewy when they're cold. Um, but outside of that, once you do that, make sure while you're doing it, you're honing yourself. You're you're ruminating in your head when the hit is going down in real time in your head. Okay, when this is happening, I want to be here and I want to be ready with this when this happens. And in my head, if my boy next to me goes down, I want to be ready to hit this button and pull him back up. It just you're always thinking, you're always trying to be ahead. And psychologically too, a lot of people don't talk about it. You're gonna understand piracy on an intimate level where you know what the other player is doing already. Like you can get ahead of their choices. And your job in piracy essentially is to effectively remove those choices from them. And you want them to play into your hands. Uh, Piracy essentially you're subverting, you're decepting, you're manipulating the physicalities around them, and you're making everything play into your favor. So make sure that while you're playing, you have a target in front of you. You need to be exactly where you want to be, and he needs to be where you want them to be. And you'll find out that most of your hits go very smoothly. And if you can't figure it out, just copy your channel or whoever is pirating. You like the way they do it, just copy it, emulate it, and then choose from there on how else you would do it differently for yourself. But and then last but not least is the hunting part. Make sure again while you're hunting, don't get discouraged. You are already playing in a game where statistically a very low percentage of the player base is only exposed to you for a target base. Do not be hard on yourself. Understand that this is the way the game plays now. There's nothing you can do about it, but enjoy, have fun, make do with what you can, and practice if you have to. Don't do anything stupid. Maybe do something stupid, but make sure it works in your favor.